Okay, hey chorus friends. If you are receiving this video, it is because you were absent and I'm just going over all the stuff that you missed while you were gone. We had quite the amount of people that were absent over the last 2 weeks, so this video will go out to multiple people. I'm also sending it out to my general classes through Remind, so that way if anybody wants a little bit more review on solfege, they can watch this. And it will just kind of help you the more that you practice, but that is not mandatory for people who have been at school every single day. So watch this if you've been here, if you want, but for the people that have been absent, you definitely need to watch it. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Let's go to desktop 1. Okay, say hi, Mr. Clage. So let's open Google Slides, present. Okay, so basically while you have been gone, we learned a lot about solfege and solfege hand signs. So today you will learn about the solfege hand signs and learn what solfege is if you don't know what it is. You will practice solfege using your speaking voice, and we actually won't worry about this bottom one. We're not going to make a solfege pattern today. So what is solfege? Solfege is like American Sign Language for music. We use our hands to make different shapes to represent different sounds, and by different sounds, we actually mean pitches. So try saying and doing the solfege with me on the next page. I'm gonna have to move my screen around a couple of times throughout this. Okay, so take a look at all of these. This is our solfege scale in order. Notice how it is in ascending order, or it goes up. So we have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and do. So that is the order in which the scale happens. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and do. We can also go downward, so we can start at this high do. Notice how we start on do and we end on do. So this guy down here is called low do. This one is called high do. So if we want to go in descending order, or if we want to go downwards, then we would start at high do and go do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, and do. So to go in descending order, you just do it backwards. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, and do. But for right now, we're just going to take a look at going upwards. My goal is for you to memorize the order going upwards. So I really want you to know, like the back of your hand, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's the order. I really want you to memorize that. If you don't already know it from another music class and need to memorize it, I would suggest that you write it out a lot or just speak it a lot, something like that. But we will also practice solfege a lot more in class too, so that will help you with your memorization. So each syllable has its own hand sign, as you can see on this slide. So do these hand signs with me. I'm going to kind of back up so that you can see me in this teeny tiny window. So if we're starting at low do, so we're starting right here, we want to start lower on our bodies, because as we go up in the scale, when we're singing, we go up in pitch and we go higher on the staff. So kind of just adding a body movement to it helps us. So we always want to start lower for do. If you're standing, you would start at your belly button, but since we're sitting, about right there is fine. So do. Then we move up to re, then mi. From mi to fa, you just give a thumbs down. So fa, sol, then la is like lowercase n's. T points up to high do. So your low do wants to start down here. Your high do should be up by your eyeballs. So every single time you go up to another syllable, you want to move your hands just a little bit more. So do to re is just a teeny bit higher than mi. Then we just keep going higher with each one until we get to do. Okay, so always make sure that you're doing that too whenever you're practicing and whenever we're doing it in class. So once again, we're going to go through all these different ones and just kind of take it a little bit slower in case you didn't get any of it. So do is just your fists are closed. You hold it out in front of you. Obviously, I have to kind of do it a little bit higher so that you can see me in this little screen. But make sure your low do is lower on your body. So there's do. Then you just open up to re, Then flat out hands for mi. So if we go from mi to fa, you're just giving yourself those thumbs down. So you're closing your fingers, giving yourself a thumbs down. Then sol. Then from sol to la, you just drop your hands down. So bend your wrist and hold your hand like a lowercase n. Okay, so once again, sol's like this, and then la. Okay, so then from la, we go T with just our index fingers pointing, T, and then do. So T, I always like to think T points up to do. And it feels that way when we're singing too, because T and do are really close together. So it's like T points up to do. So hopefully that will help you too. Make sure when you're pointing, it's just with that pointer finger, your index finger. Okay, so try it again with me. A lot of this will be repetition as we're doing it in class because that's what's going to help you memorize it. The more you have it in your body, the easier it will be whenever we start regularly singing again to just do it without even thinking about it, okay? So let's try it again. Start down at low do, and my reminder's right there to make sure that your hand moves a little higher after each one. The last do should be close to your head. So do, do it with me. Re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do it again. Ready and go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and do. Okay? So I'm actually going to bring you over to my piano in my office. And this is what a solfege scale would sound like. So that's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and do. Okay, sorry if that was super loud in your earbuds. It probably was. So that's an example of what a scale would sound like. So I'll play it again without me talking over it. Okay, and then we can start at low or at high do, excuse me, start at high do and go downward. So here's high do going down, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, and do. Okay, and do doesn't have to be any certain pitch. Do can move around anywhere. And so I just played it where do was on middle C, but do can be any pitch. So if do was G, for example, it would sound like that. Okay, same thing. So it can start on any pitch, and we'll learn more about that later. But for right now, it's easiest for do to start on C. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So going into that, we can put solfege on the staff. So like I said, we're going to work with solfege in C for a while. And if you don't know what that means, all that means is right here is the note name C, middle C. You'll see it in just a second with note heads. And that's where our do is. So it would go C, D for re, E for mi, F for fa, G for sol, A, because remember our alphabet is A through G for music. So A for la, B for T, and then high C for do. So notice how high do is higher C and low do is a lower C, okay? So to look at that with note names, it would look like this. So there's our middle C, and remember for the lines and spaces on the staff, we're in treble clef. So the first line is every E, good G, boy B, does D, fine F. Then our spaces are F, A, C, and E, face. So if we go below our E, what comes before E in the alphabet? D, that's D. And then right below D is C in the alphabet. So this is middle C. I've also told y'all in the past that when you see this line through the note head like this, that we just need to memorize this guy as middle C because he's our friend and we'll use him in chorus all the time. So this is middle C, that's our starting pitch. And that's where we have do for right now. So once again, do, C, middle C, re, D, mi, E, fa, F, sol, G, la, a, t, b, and c, do. Okay? And we'll work more with this later, but I just wanted to show you the visual. Okay, so instead of looking at note heads like we did in this slide, we're just gonna keep looking at the hand signs because I think that would help you. So we're in treble clef, even though there's not one here. We don't have to worry about singing like it says on the directions. I just want you to take a look at this. So if we have F, A, C, then this is do, because remember our high C is our high do. And then down here, I have another do, so that's low C. And then right above it is re. And then remember we say low C or middle C is do, then D is re. And then our first line in treble clef is every, and every good boy does fine. So me is E. So let's just listen to what that sounds like.
Do, do, re, mi.
Okay, and I bought this from somebody else. So that's her singing, not me singing. But that's what that would sound like. So notice how her first pitch is way higher. She's singing high do and then low do and then re and mi. Listen again.
Do, do, re, mi.
So if you want at home, if you're in a place where you can sing that with her. So get a really good deep breath. But if you don't want to sing, then at least do the hand signs. So let's do it again.
Do, do, re, mi.
Okay, so also make sure you're doing high do, then low do, then re, and mi. Okay, let's look at another one. This one, she has sol, la, ti, and do. So if we're looking at note names, every good, so G, and then A, B, and C. Okay, so listen to her sing this one.
Sol, la, ti, do.
Okay. So do the hand signs with her. And like I said, if you want to sing with her, go ahead. So start with sol.
Sol, la, ti, do.
Okay, do that one more time. So get your sol ready.
Sol, la, ti, do.
Okay. And then look at this one. So if we're looking at this first space, remember our spaces in treble clef spell out the word face. So F, A, C, E. So this is our first space. So the pitch is F and the solfege name is fa. This is the hand sign. Remember, giving ourselves those thumbs down. So she has F, A, B, and C, which in solfege would be fa, la, ti, and do. Okay, so listen to her do this one and do the hand signs with her. So get your fa ready.
Fa, la, ti, do.
Okay, let's do it one more time. So get your fa ready.
Fa, la, ti, do.
Okay, let's do another one. So here she has the pitch D, which is re, and then once again she has that fa la pattern, which is F and A. So D, F, A, C. Re, fa, la, do is what we're looking at. And you are not expected to be as fast at that as I am. I'm just kind of showing you some visuals for today. So don't worry if you could not look at that as quickly and figure out what it was. So just do the hand signs with her for practice. Once again, she does re, then fa, then la, then do. Okay?
Re, fa, la, do.
Let's do it one more time. Get your re ready. So
Re, fa, la, do.
okay. So that is all the practice that I want to do today as far as looking at visuals. But your makeup work for if you have been absent is boom cards. So y'all know how to get into boom cards, but you know, it has been a little while. So as a reminder, you will type in boom.cards on your browser and on your iPad. You will do the student sign in. So you'll log in as a student. You will sign in with Boom, not with Google. Sign in with Boom. Your username is your first name and your last name, no capitals and no spaces. And your password is chorus with a capital C. So capital C, lowercase h-o-r